And then for dogs like him, we bring in the question of, oh, it doesn't matter. He can forage if he wants to, or I didn't actually deliberately cover it for Chipper, just the fan blew it. Hello. So dogs that are busy, if you put the stuff too far apart, they actually can run between them and get room up for a gallop, like what we saw with him with nose work. Whereas if you put them closer together, he doesn't have to run to reach each of them, and it encourages him to be slower.
Yes.
And so, like, we could have put those snuffle mats maybe on that stool there. Would that have been a better height for him? All those kind of things that we can think of that you can play around with at home too.
Yeah.
And, you know, are they weirded out by certain textures, or do they not want to do certain things, or do they just have biases and expectations and stuff? Like a dog that's always eating kibble might see a pig's ear and go, I've got no clue what that is, and I don't know if it's like, it doesn't even register to me that it's food. Like,
yeah,
you know?
That's a good map, that one.
And especially because he can't be doing like high impact or long duration physical exercise, stuff to tire him out mentally but still be using his muscles.
Yeah.
Would be great for him too.
Where did you get that map from?
I've had that for a long time. I'll have a look. Pet Circle have some great ones though.
Pet Circle? Okay.
I'm going to start stocking this stuff though, because I get a lot of people asking me where it's from. That mat is super interesting to both of your dogs today. It's just been in my house. There's nothing super exciting about it.
He's tired too.
Mm.
I know.
Hi, baby.
So do you have anything on next weekend?
Yes, man trailing progression at Marulan on Saturday morning that I booked you in for.
Oh, awesome.
If you're happy to do that. Marulan unfortunately doesn't have an indoor area, so we can't do the free work there, but we can here and we can at Bowral.
Oh, okay. Is Bowral at the school?
No, it's at a Girl Guide hall.
Oh, yeah.
He's looking for somewhere to settle with it. So they are a kangaroo rip. Like obviously a small section of it, but...
Oh, yeah. Is that from the same place?
That's a clear dog one as well, yeah. Oh, sweetie. God, you can tell they're related, can't you? I just love how much you love them, though. Everything they do makes you laugh, and it's so delightful.
Pretty, it's been my dream. I wasn't really ready for it. It's kind of happened the way but anyway, it happened, and it's so good.
Yeah, it's the way the best ones come to us usually.
Yeah, if you wait for the perfect opportunity, like it never would have
No.
happened. Even I planned on getting one girl, that was my dream. And yeah, I ended up with the two.
You can just carry it if you want. You don't have to eat it. Oh God, love him. God, they're funny.
Such a big teddy bear.
Whack. Even just like observing how they solve problems in this, like.
But George, he just makes everything into a game.
God love him. We could learn a lot from you, George.
Instead of just eating it.
And like here is probably a safe place for him to do that at home. You know, Chipper would be trying to steal it and all that sort of thing. Whereas here he can kind of just do what he wants.
Yeah. Well, I can't have them out together. Like, for one, I can't walk them together. But with George's foot, like, when they're together, it is madness. Like extreme madness.
So they don't ever get to just free play together.
So sometimes I do in a small room, and I was holding George by his collar, and usually he's known because he's had this issue since he was younger. He mostly lays down anyway, but I kind of get him to lay down on his side, and he plays that way.
What a good boy.
So he doesn't really know any different.
Okay.
And he does.
That's a blessing.
Try and get a bit crazy.
Oh, he's a 9-month-old shepherd.
I can't let him, do all that pounding on it. But I am going to get him a brace. And it's a shame. But it's kept him a little bit quieter probably than he would have been.
And it's interesting too, you know, if you had a 4-year-old dog who did an injury, suddenly changing their lifestyle is very different to what you've done.
Yeah.
Oh, big stretch. You're nice and comfy in here. It is very cute, isn't it? What made you pick the names?
Oh, so George was my son, so he was just turned 18, and he named him after, he had a friend who died when he was 15. Yeah, the boy, he was swimming in like Sydney Harbour or somewhere, and got onto the boat and had a heart thing and died. Yeah, like nobody knew. Apparently had an enlarged heart. Nobody knew.
Oh, that's horrible.
Oh, that's just like, it still sends shivers down there.
Devastating.
Yeah, so that's George's name.
Oh.
Yeah.
Got big shoes to fill, George.
Yeah. And Chipper was named by the breeder, but I loved it. As soon as I heard it, I was like, that is perfect.
Yeah.
Because she's a happy girl.
That's so good.
Yeah. So these ones wouldn't splinter?
I've never had them. They usually go soggy and just kind of swallow it.
Yeah, okay. I might add some of those into my order too.
And you can get all sorts of different proteins as well. So I'll rotate through like roux and chicken and duck and all that sort of stuff.
Okay.
They have emu ribs, which are apparently great for their teeth because they're just a different shape, but they're expensive. And so like for cleaning their teeth, I figured out Ninja, my working cocker, the raw ribs are like the only thing that she will actually eat with her incisors.
Oh.
She'll actually do this, whereas almost everything else goes through the molars. Everything else she just sticks in the side and chews like this, whereas the ribs she'll actually tear and rip and clean these ones. So her back teeth are amazing, immaculate. And her front teeth are grubby because she just doesn't use them. I mean, yeah, you can never say never, but
Yeah. We always
I feed, yeah, and the first time my guys eat anything, I kind of watch them, especially if it's an odd shape or it's a new protein or something that they haven't had before. It's like you hear of some dogs inhaling like chicken necks and stuff because it's the same width as their windpipe rather than chewing it. They might just go, oh, and it goes the wrong way. So you can like hold on to them to teach them to chew it, and then once they know how to chew it, you don't have to hold on anymore and those sorts of things. Thankfully, never had that experience personally, but oh my gosh. Both of yours have really liked the chewy things.
Yes.
Mmm.
No, that's awesome. Find some good stuff.
There are so many people that are like, how can you get excited and be interested in watching a dog eat? And I'm like, how can you not? It's like the cutest thing ever. Just watch my dogs just breathe, and I'm like, oh. And it's like, it sounds a bit woo-woo, but it's also just really nice to just be in a space and not have a goal and not be doing anything and not be time pressured and just enjoy time with your dog.
Definitely.
Because we just don't do it.
No.
Like,
No.
they're around while we're cooking dinner, or they're
Yeah.
around while we're watching TV, or they're around while we're doing whatever. Whereas this really encourages just mindfulness and presence and, like, yeah, we're chatting about food and that sort of stuff as well, but it's...
So I could do a lot with them because I've got probably an hour or more with them each morning. So 20 minutes at lunchtime and then probably an hour and a half at night each. So yeah, I have got time to do this kind of thing.
And you can have them both running at the same time.
Yeah, so I could put one, give one something to do while I'm
Yeah.
with the other one, which is really what I need.
Um,
Kind of double my time.
Yeah.
Yeah.
The raw stuff I like on hot days because you can freeze it and it takes them longer.
Oh.
Yeah, and it's like just a little nice icy cool treat.
Okay, so what would you freeze, like, mostly?
Any of the stuff from World for Pets, that all comes frozen, so I just don't defrost it.
Oh, yeah.
Wings, necks, tails, you get like backbones or back straps, or they sell offal frozen as well, so they have like hearts and...
Oh, yeah. Oh, that's something. Oh, God, George, you made a mess.
It's alright. You had a good time, that's what it's for. Look at it dangling out of his mouth. But there are dogs like Xena who may not be able to come in here and just let herself go and just let herself be in this space. I think she's going to struggle with this. And this amount of choice and control for some dogs that aren't used to it or haven't had it can be overwhelming.
Okay.
It's like kid in a candy shop. It's like, I don't know which one to go to, so I'm just not going to do anything. They're all just so different. And again, my practical boy, Pedro, he will walk past and look at everything. Best I can figure it, kind of ranks them in his head and then goes.
Oh, that's smart.
He's very, yes. He does that with nose work as well. He laps the room and then goes, right, I'm going to start with the easy one, and then works his way up.
Whereas these two both went to...
They just go to whatever's in front of them. Yeah.
Ate it all.
Well, they both went to that licky mat first,
Yeah.
and then went nah, and then split off from there. he's done a lot and it's hot. How do you know he looks sore by that rotation?
I don't know, he's just walking a little bit, like
Okay.
side to side, sort of.
Yeah, like that swaying when he
Maybe,
walks.
yeah, because he's tired, he's not putting much effort into keeping it straight.
He's still chewing that last bit. Let me know if anything upsets their tummies.
Yep.
Just because they've eaten a lot of foods that they wouldn't normally eat.
No, he won't bully.
It's also a great way to teach them to trust you, that you just come and bring them to fun places. Like,
Yeah. And
it's a
yeah,
great
that's
way,
it.
great way to get them to trust the space.
Yes. Yeah, and come to me, but we're not going anywhere.
Yeah.
Just
Yep.
check in.
It's like, I suspect Luna would probably hover near the exits. I don't think she would give herself fully to the room. Happily be proven wrong, but she's doing this in January, I think.
Okay.
So it'll be interesting to see.
It will. She's such a beautiful
Oh,
girl.
she's beautiful. Yeah, she
Like,
is.
how sad that, like,
Yeah.
It's a terrible way to live.
It is.
But lucky she's got a good owner.
She's in the right place for it, with
Yeah.
someone that understands her and advocates for her.
Yeah. Like deja vu, but just the same.
They are. Speaking on the lines of advocating for your dog, if you think he's tired, always feel free to call early. He doesn't have to complete everything in the room to be successful. It's just an exploration space. It's not.
Yeah, no, it's interesting.
It is. It's really interesting to watch. It's that piece of tricky size, is it? This is, I clean up my crumbs. There's a dog in the class after you that does nose work that is really jumpy and bouncy and a little bit nippy just from excitement when people come over. So it could be we set up like block off a room, and when people come over he goes in there and does this.
Oh, yeah.
So over time he learns, oh, when people are coming I go do my calming activities, and people then become calm rather than hyper.
Okay. Yeah.
And then once he's calm he can come out and say hi, so he gets the people as well.
Yeah.
But it sets everyone up for success in terms of he doesn't get to greet the people when he's high. He gets to get his highness out on this. This brings him down, and then he can go and say hi.
Oh, that's so good. So if you have two courses, one after each other, can we do both? Or is that too much for them? Like, you know, I do the 5 o'clock one and then the 6:30.
They'd be it's the same lesson.
Yeah, the same. But would it be too much for them?
You wouldn't know until you tried it, to be honest. Almost at the 20-minute mark, and that's where we'll call it. But that's a nice square stand, except for that front foot that you know that's an issue. The other 3 are really quite beautiful. And then it's that one that you know that's the issue that turns out to counter the weight a bit.
Yeah, I took him to another specialist yesterday, just to make sure we are on the right track.
Yeah.